So the set says the American Cinema Institute launched a year-long program on filmmaking. The program included training participants on 5 aspects of filmmaking: acting, direction, script writing, editing, and cinematography. The sessions were conducted 5 days a week from Monday to Friday. Sessions for all 5 aspects were scheduled every day in some order as sessions 1 to 5. Every topic had a session scheduled on the 5 given days. No topic was taught in the same session on any 2 days. So if we look at this, so there are 5 aspects: acting, direction, script writing, editing, and cinematography. Just make a blueprint in your mind first. The sessions were conducted 5 days a week from Monday to Friday. Sessions for all 5 aspects were scheduled every day in some order as sessions 1 to 5. Every topic had a session scheduled on the 5 given days. No topic was taught in the same session on any 2 days. So acting, direction, script writing, editing, and cinematography, they all should be scheduled on every single day, and none of them is scheduled in the same session on any 2 days. This is also given to us. Then we have information 1, information 2, information 3. So we have 3 informations. Along with that, there are these questions as well: 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So once again, I am putting all the data on one page. I'm also putting this table over here. These 5 are the sessions: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, these are the days. I just have to write now that which one is acting, which one is direction, script writing, editing, and cinematography. And I would be representing them by A, D, S, E, and C. And I'm just writing that which session on which day is for them. As we have discussed before, the first thing first, specific data. Let's look for it. Script writing was taught after acting on Monday and Friday. The last session on Friday was not direction, and this session was the same as the first session on Thursday. So till now, no specific information has been given to us here. I hope you understand what is specific info. Cinematography was taught in one of the last 2 sessions on Monday and Tuesday. The number of sessions after cinematography on Monday was equal to the number of sessions before cinematography on Friday. Editing and direction were not taught in the first 2 sessions on Tuesday and Friday. Also, these 2 sessions were taught in successive sessions on Monday and Tuesday only. We have no specific data. That means we don't have a choice. We probably have to make some cases here to understand the set. So now start with the first one again. Script writing was taught after acting on Monday and Friday only. That means on Monday, after acting, we will have script writing. On Friday, after acting, we will have script writing. And only means on the other 3 days, after script writing, we should be having acting. On the other 3 days, acting should come after script writing, right? And he's not saying immediately after. Keep that in mind. They are coming after that. So that's what we mean over here. Okay. Now from that, of course, you can get some info, but I am currently avoiding that. For example, on Monday now, I can say the first session cannot be script writing, right? And the fifth session cannot be acting, of course. I hope you can understand that. Because when acting comes before script writing, so how can acting be fifth and how can script writing be first? Exactly in a similar logic, I cannot have acting here, I cannot have script writing here, I cannot have acting here, I cannot have script writing here, I cannot have acting here, I cannot have script writing here, and I cannot have script writing here, and I cannot have acting over here. So these are the 5 days which are there. Okay. So script writing will be scheduled in the fifth slot on either Monday or Friday, and acting would be scheduled in the first slot on either Monday or Friday, right? So these are the two cases. But as I said, too much of information, but currently of no use for us. The last session on Friday was not direction. So on Friday, the last session was not direction as well. And this session was the same as the first session on Thursday. So this session was same as first session of Thursday. That means if this is X, the first session on Thursday is also X. Of course, that session is not acting. That session is not direction. What is that? Currently, we don't know what is that. Let's move ahead now from here. Cinematography was taught in one of the last 2 sessions on Monday and Tuesday. So on Monday and Tuesday, cinematography was taught in the one of the last 2 sessions. That means in these 2 days. On one of the days, the fourth session would be cinematography, and on one of the days, the fifth session would be cinematography, because it is taught in the last 2 days. I hope you agree with me on this, that cinematography is fourth and fifth in any order. Currently, we don't know whether fourth is on Monday, fifth is on Tuesday, or fourth is on Tuesday, fifth is on Monday, but they would be taught on these 2 days. The number of sessions after cinematography on Monday was equal to the number of sessions before cinematography on Friday. What does that mean? That means if cinematography is last here, in that case, cinematography would be first here, because the number of sessions after cinematography on Monday is the number of sessions before cinematography on Friday. So either this is the scenario, or cinematography is fourth here, then cinematography would be second over here. That is the other scenario which is possible. And of course, if cinematography is fourth session on Monday, it would automatically be fifth session on Tuesday. Okay. Now, this is one of the possibilities. So, I've just made this possibility so that if this is not true, I'll automatically say the other possibility would be true. And now I can say cinematography would be taught in third and first session on this Wednesday and Thursday. On Wednesday and Thursday, it will be taught in third and first, because second, fourth, and fifth are already gone for cinematography. So, first and third would be cinematography on Wednesday and Thursday. But still, we are quite far off from our solution. Let's move on. Editing and direction were not taught in the first two sessions on Tuesday and Friday. So on Tuesday, editing is not taught in the first session, rather in first two sessions, editing and direction. Editing and direction were not taught in the first two sessions on Tuesday and Friday as well. So I do not have editing here, I do not have direction here, I do not have editing here, I do not have direction here in the first two sessions on Tuesday and Friday. Also, these two sessions were taught in successive sessions on Monday and Tuesday only. Now, this becomes important. These two were taught in successive sessions on Monday and Tuesday only. That means on Tuesday, if editing and direction are taught in successive sessions, editing and direction, they are taught in successive sessions on Monday and Tuesday only. That brings us a very important point here. That is, if editing and direction are to be taught on Tuesday in successive slots, they cannot be in session 1, they cannot be in session 2, they must be in session 3 and 4. So one of editing and direction would be here, and one of editing or direction would be here. So can I say that means the case that we have assumed is actually the case, right? I repeat, what if this scenario was there? Let's just talk about this scenario. I was talking about other case. What if cinematography was taught in fifth session here and fourth here? If this is fifth here, it will be first here. In such a case, where would I teach editing and direction on this day, that is Tuesday, and they are taught in successive sessions on Tuesday? How can you make two successive sessions of E and D on Tuesday? E and D cannot be in session 1, they cannot be in session 2. They can be only in session 3 or 5 now. How can they be consecutive? This is impossible. So therefore, automatically that case is ruled out. So now I can surely say cinematography is fourth here, cinematography is fifth here, editing and direction are third or fourth over here, right? And when cinematography is fourth over here, it would be fourth over here as well. So that all is figured out till now. I'm sure that till now there is no problem to anyone. You all have understood this point. So the other two sessions of on Tuesday now. We have editing and directions over here. I have cinematography over here. What are these two sessions now? They are S and A, script writing and acting. And acting should come after script writing. So can I say we have the pure data for Tuesday now? That is, script writing should be first, acting should be second. Acting is after script writing, and I have SA, then ED or DE, and after that I have C over here, right? Similarly, when I talk about Friday now, just have a look at Friday. When I talk about Friday, on in the first slot, you cannot have S, you cannot have E, you cannot have D, you can't have C as well. C is already in second session. So therefore, I can say in Friday, first slot has to be A now. on Friday, the first slot has to be A. I hope it is clear. So this has become A, this has become C. These two things are already known to us. We have S, A, ED or DE, and then C is also here. The other C is also here. The other things are also to be filled in now. He has also given us that E and D should be in consecutive slots on Monday as well. Now just have a look at this. If E and D are in consecutive slots on Monday, of course, none of them can be in the fifth slot. So fifth slot cannot be for E, fifth slot cannot be for D, fifth slot is already not for A, fifth slot cannot be for C, C is already there. That means fifth slot on Monday has to be for S. Fifth slot on Monday has to be for S. So now I have to put E and D here along with A. What about A? I can't have A in the first slot because first slot A is already there on Friday. So in the first slot, I cannot have A. So what can I have in the first slot? Once again, it would be either E or D. So the other of D or E would be here. So I will have A over here. It is because I repeat, editing and direction, these two sessions were taught in successive sessions on Monday and Tuesday only. So now I have them in successive sessions on Monday and Tuesday, as you can see over here. I hope till now everything is sorted. The only thing is that currently we do not know about E and D, that which one would be first, which one would be second. But let me just remove all those informations which are of no use for us because they have been filled in. So these are of no use for us. We have already done them. Of course, I cannot have A over here. There is no need to write that. Of course, I cannot have A over here. There is no need to write that. Right, everyone? Now, here I should be have, of course, I cannot have S over here. S is in the fifth slot on Monday. Of course, I cannot have S over here. S is on the fifth slot on Monday. Of course, I cannot have S over here as well. So what is X? Just pay attention. What is X? X cannot be A, X cannot be D, X cannot be S, and X cannot be C as well because C is already there. So it cannot be A, it cannot be D, it cannot be S, it cannot be C. What is the only possibility for X? It is equal to E. The only possibility for X is equal to E. And if this X is E, this X would also be E. Okay. If this X is E, in that case, this also would be equal to D because I cannot have E in two slots. And therefore, this slot has to be E. So a lot many informations we have got till now. What about Friday now? Let's have another look at Friday. On Friday, I'm left with two more sessions now. One is D and one is S. Now, once again, this is important. E and D should be consecutive only on Monday and Tuesday. So on Friday, I cannot have E and D consecutive. So I can't write D here. Otherwise, D and E would be consecutive. So I will have to write D over here. That automatically means I will have to write S here. This tells me I can't have D here. So it must be E. I can't have anything over here apart from D. This all information we have got till now. And now we are getting closer to our solution. Now we are getting closer to our solution. What next is there? Let's talk about this. A, E, S, D. They both all have come up till this at this point. So only C is left. So I would be writing C here. What about this? I have E, A, and C. These two places are occupied by S and D now. Similarly, these two places are occupied by something. So now, what can I write here? Let's have a look at this. This cannot be A, this cannot be E, this cannot be D, and this cannot be C as well because C is already there on that day. So apart from A, E, D, and C, what is left? We are left with S. So it has to be S. The moment it is S, what are we left with? We are left with C. So the another C would be here. A, E, S, C, D, that all is complete. Okay. What next? Can we have any other info now? Just have a look. Yes, look at this figure, guys. So I have C, D, and S. What are the other two now? A and E. I can't have E here because E is already on the first day, first slot. So that means this must be A and this must be E. A comes after S. So S should be here. The remaining D should be here. right? And A comes after S, so A should be here, the remaining one D should be here, and this gives us the complete data now. Okay, this was a difficult set, I would say, but if you go in a proper format, you just try to conclude from each and every statement as much as you can, you will get finally the final solution of this set. So I have made this table now on the upcoming pages. Let's have a look at the questions. How many sessions were scheduled between cinematography sessions scheduled on Tuesday and Wednesday? Now, on Tuesday, cinematography was scheduled at the end. On Wednesday, cinematography was scheduled and the beginning. So there is no session between them. Tuesday you ended with it, Wednesday you started with it. So there is no session between them. So my answer for this question number 5 is 0. Which of the following was taught in the fourth session on Wednesday? Let's have a look at the fourth session on Wednesday. It is E. That means my answer is editing, which is option C. On which of the following days was cinematography taught in the third session? So cinematography was taught in the third session on this day, which is Thursday. So my answer is option B, that is Thursday. Which of the following pairs of subjects were never taught in successive sessions? So they were never taught in successive sessions. First of all, editing and acting, they are successive here. Cinematography and editing, are they successive ever? Cinematography and editing? No, I don't see them consecutive ever. Acting and script writing, are they successive ever? Acting and script writing? No, even they are not successive. None of the above. So, cinematography and editing, they are not successive, they are not successive, they are not successive, they are not successive, they are not successive. Editing and script writing are the, yeah, sorry, editing and script writing are successive here. So, cinematography and editing, they are never taught in successive sessions. So direction was taught in which of these sessions? Second session on Monday, no, it is not directions. Third session on Friday, yes, it is directions. So straight away option B is the correct answer. How many sessions took place after the editing session on Monday? After the editing session, I have 3 more sessions. So my answer is 3 for that.